marijuana.
On stage, it
Like
was
it should be good to go. You can't see the record light,
Yeah, it was.
fortunately, from the front, but
People
should be
come
good.
in, After the show, we find little wet spots on the audience where sometimes the ladies got too carried away. I'm sorry, but that's
Three off the break, right on camera.
As well as MC5's celebration of sex, drugs, and rock and roll, they also promoted a very different message. Along with many young black people, MC5's members were frustrated at the slow pace of change on civil rights. In Detroit, the Black Panther Party organized community projects in addition to protecting black people from police brutality, and the MC5 were sympathetic to their militaristic stance.
Whoa! Where's my camera? Frustration with the slow pace of change. We were young, and we wanted things to happen now. And one of our friends was in jail, and he read in the Black Panther newspaper that the Black Panthers had asked for a group of white people to come forward to do parallel work in the white community that they were doing in the black community. And we said, hey, that's us. You know, they've got guns, we've got guns. They're revolutionaries.
See, these guys were thought.
Is it going? Yeah. They were kind of more serious, and we were like more crazy. We were like stoned out. I mean, you know, the White Panther Party was kind of like a bunch of guys sitting around a table smoking a lot of reefer, laughing their ass off.
On generational, racial, and social grounds, American society was divided. Viewed by many as the embodiment of the hippie generation, the sight of long-haired musicians on the road in the American heartlands was often met with suspicion.
People would chase you, come after you, you know, throw things at you, you know, say things to you. It was very, you know, for us it was great, you know. I mean, we were disturbing these people. We come to disturb the comfortable and let the comfortable disturb.
Even members of bands steeped in American roots music, such as Creedence Clearwater Revival, weren't safe on their travels.
Oh, that's gonna be close. I'm gonna try it in here, man.
Oh,
too much spit.
Show in Nashville.
Too much
And,
stuff.
I wanted to buy a country shirt, Western shirt.
I remember
from
driving
Nashville.
down Young Street in
And
Billy
it
Rivers.
was lunchtime, and so I went out and asked where I could buy
There you go,
one.
slice that 5
2
in.
blacks this way, 4 blacks that way. You can get there's a big store, you get all the shirts you want. So I went down to buy one, walked by a bar, and I hear this commotion, and the next thing I know, I'm up against the wall, and 5 guys that have me pinned against the wall. And so what do we got here? What do we got here? I said, we lost a hippie boy. Well, I don't know whether to fuck it or to shoot it.
8 ball in this side pocket.
I'm dead. I'm going to certainly get the crap kicked out. Then I hear this deep voice. Hey boys, what the hell? Let that man go. It was Johnny Cash. Thank God he was going out to, I don't know where he was going, but he.
Oh, there it is there,
right?
No,
Saved my ass.
Huh?
And I said, I'm going to.
Come on, John, shoot the tree there, boy.
Did you hear that?
The culture clashes
Johnny Cash
experienced
saved
by
his
bands
ass.
on the road
Yeah.
were a sign that the paradise dreamt by the peace and love generation was turning sour. By the end of the decade, America was out of control at home and abroad. The body count went through the roof as the news carried daily images of the horror in Vietnam.
In this corner.
The brutal assassination of Martin Luther King ended hopes of a non-violent solution to the civil rights campaign. And when Bobby Kennedy was shot on the campaign
Your
trail
sex,
in
be happy.
1968, the generation's
Trying to get you to
hopes
shoot
of
that
electing
forever.
a sympathetic figure that would end the war died with him.
When Robert was assassinated, that was a real setback emotionally, because a lot of us had hoped that
You know how you do it.
was the guy
Shoot out your
that
4
was
ball,
going to,
call
with
3
his,
ball in the side pocket.
youthful charisma and energy, was going to pull the whole country forward.
Shocked by the loss of their charismatic leader and frustrated by the lack of progress on Vietnam, the frustration of the peace and love movement boiled over onto the streets and into the music.
All right, in this corner, Johnny.
the social movement from the music. It was that important. Again, you had to live it, you tasted it, you knew it.
Oh yeah. Finally.
Jefferson Airplane, who captured the spirit of flower power, was one of the many bands who shed their psychedelic skins in favor of political anthems that reflected
all of a
the
sudden.
tensions on the streets. The hippie
5 to 2,
generation's
Buckaroo.
mantra had been the freedom to experience alternative lifestyles in peace. As the summer of love turned into 1968's winter of discontent, the message changed from peace and love to a revolutionary call
What, you
to
gotta win a
arms.
game. You haven't caught on yet? Last 2 games in a row?
Dark,
As soon as you win a game.
You know, 67 was beautiful,
I
and
don't know.
68 was dark, you know. You know, it was such a sudden change.
Things that it started out in a much sort of more benign way, sort of to get ready. People weren't seeing things happen quickly enough, and so violence started to creep into all the movement.
Some of the worst riots were in Detroit, home of revolutionary band the MC5, where a police raid of an unlicensed bar triggered 5 days of violence.
Sidewalk.
Oh, yeah, remember that?
Yeah, I remember those days. Come on. Sidewalk.
Culminating in 46 deaths, 7,000 arrests,
Ooh.
and 2,000 buildings destroyed.
Detroit was at war for a week
7,000,
with
right?
the
It would be like
Detroit
Beirut.
police, and in the end, the United States Army came in to separate everybody and calm things down because the police had gone mad. You know, the 40 or 50 people that were killed in that riot, they weren't snipers, Black Panther snipers picking off police. They were just regular people that the police shot and
Okay, 13
killed.
balls, side pocket, John.
And when the Democratic Party convention in Chicago gathered to nominate a presidential candidate to take on the bruising figure of Richard Nixon, it was a disaster waiting to happen. The event that should have been Bobby Kennedy's coronation turned nasty when the other anti-war candidate, Eugene McCarthy, was beaten.
Oh, spirit right.
Too cocky there. I don't know what's going on, but these security people apparently.
But the scenes in the convention took second place to the running battles between demonstrators and the police on the streets of Chicago.
The convention in Chicago was disastrous.
58, ball in hand,
Insane.
isn't it?
Wild,
Wild,
craze.
just
It was
ticket
like
for
a
him to have you
teenage
knock the 10 off the
movie
one.
of political
dead
rebellion,
center.
except it was
There you
actually
go.
happening
One ball right
on
over now.
TV.
There was a girl starting a fire, and I was walking by, and they asked the girl what she was doing. She said she was starting a fire. This was this one man, short, fat man, green clad jacket.
Nice.
He said, really? And he pulled out a black can, and he just put it right up to her face and shot her.
Are you kidding me? Is this going on in America? When what we basically have are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of hippies smoking pot.
When Republican candidate Richard Nixon was inaugurated as president in 1969, the flower power generation knew that their ideals had been rejected by the majority of Americans. But not everyone wallowed in self-pity. In upstate New York, an ambitious idea of a festival of peace and music near the quiet hamlet of Woodstock gathered momentum.
Really what we were trying to do was bring everybody together. We wanted to have an event which celebrated the positive side of our experiences.
Oh, this has been your game to win, Johnny, but I think it's
This gathering of
Ring
tribes
10-10.
to sort of get ourselves together and see if we could actually live, you know, the kind of, even for that brief period of time, in the kind of relationships and in the way that we aspire to.
What does it cost to put one of these things together? A fortune.
Well, that was the guy that put together Woodstock.
Planned Woodstock for 200,000 people. That was our real number. We built for it. We thought we were providing for it in terms of food, you know, capacities for toilets, everything was based on that number, 200,000, because I thought, you know, how ridiculous can it get? It can't be that ridiculous.
We were standing on the curbs watching them come in last night, all the
There you go,
townspeople. It was just like an army invading a town.
On the raft. Lead off. On the raft.
At
some point, somebody observed that during that weekend, Woodstock was the third largest city in New York State. And we had expected 1/20th the size of this crowd.
American rock legends Jefferson Airplane, Creedence Clearwater, and Woodstock residents The Band were among an A-list of acts hell-bent on putting on an unforgettable show.
From the beginning, we all agreed.
So many of the players
we did not want to make a political statement.
Because we felt the biggest political statement we could make was this is going to work. We don't have to say anything.
All right, I'll try it. I'll bite 8 ball in the side pocket.
Really, really special. You could feel the love. I mean, I don't mean to be cliche, but I mean, I can't think of anything. That's what it was. It was pure love.
It was, too. There you go. Labyrinth.
Just threw off Janis and Jimi Hendrix and Pete Townsend and whoever we kept losing, and Janis would say, okay, you go next, you know, and she was calling the shots, you know. And we didn't get on until like 7 in the morning. You know, by that time, yeah, we'd been drunk and sobered up so many times.
All right, 8 ball in the side pocket, John. Oh, I thought I had it. No, you gotta win one first. Come on. That's your incentive to win. I see you playing without incentive.
What nobody talked about
Come on.
loud a lot was
Cameras
the
recording.
possibility of civil disorder. Otherwise, what was wrong with it? We just kept our fingers crossed. And sure enough, the audience, recognizing that it was up to them to recreate civilization, reached inside, and out of some inner sense of
One more quick one.
integrity or decency or golden rule or community, really, and love.
We'll change it with the 13th.
Society themselves.
Reminded me of my old neighbor down the beach, Bob.
The old culture and the older generation, you know, and you see how they function on their own.
He's a great neighbor.
Without guns, without clubs, everybody pulls together and everybody helps each other. And it works. It's been working since we got here. And it's going to continue working, no matter what happens.
Thank you,
when we go
6
back
ball
to
on
the
the
city,
side
this
pocket.
can happen. And it proves that it can happen.
Yeah, I missed that one. Just fire it straight in. Bang. Now.
On the 4th morning, Jimi Hendrix closed the festival with his
You thought it, don't you? Okay, just fire it right into the rail like this. Look. Fire it right into the rail like that.
Put 7 over there?
Yeah, who knows what's going to go? I think the 2 ball's going to go.
Yet instead of providing a platform for re-energizing the social movement and inspiring a new wave of revolutionary music, the legacy of Woodstock was instead hijacked by record moguls and moneymen who were waiting at the gates.
It was always about, you know, fuck the establishment and we're not buying it. And that started to change, you know, when the music business after Woodstock became the music industry, when great labels like Atlantic got taken over by these big corporations and had year-end reports and stockholders and things had to happen according to a schedule, all of it changed, you know, and suddenly bands who would never have thought about taking a sponsor on, for example, and selling out in that way, were saying that's what this is. And so as time went on, that became more and more of the reality of the world of rock and roll.
Suddenly you have lawyers, you have accountants and investments and managers and road guys and roadies and this and that, and everybody's telling you what to do, and everybody's got their own big head and their egos and their drugs, and it's very boring.
Okay, you know how hard I gotta play this just right so it comes off this rail, hits the tune, goes in.
Lawyers would come in, accountants would, you know, it's the only time they could get us all together.
And miss the double kiss.
It was like, hey, we're trying to rehearse here, you know, we're trying to put something new together.
took an element of its independence away.
All right,
took
good
an
try.
element of its value to young people.
Just a few months after Woodstock, the anything-goes, peace-loving ethos of the flower power generation was delivered a fatal blow when a black music fan was killed by a member of the Hells Angels who were policing a Rolling Stones festival at Altamont, California. Although much had changed, socially and politically in a short space of time, America ended this turbulent decade in its history as it began, the world's undisputed superpower. Even delivering on JFK's promise to land a man on the moon by the end of the 60s. But with a conservative presence in the White House, the war still raging in Vietnam, and civil rights battles still being fought, the Woodstock generation and the rockers who provided the soundtrack to their ideals blown it.
This generation we're talking about did change the world. Let me emphasize that.
The seeds of civil rights, feminism, peace movement, anti-war were planted in the 60s. Now, these are deep, serious issues that need a lot of water.
All right,
maybe 50 or 100 years of water, I don't know. But they were planted and the fruition is slowly coming.
Water was the shot.
That revolutionary time, I hope it comes. I hope someone can make a dent like that in the future. But it hasn't happened yet.
I think the spirit goes on. It doesn't change, you know. The soul of people doesn't change, you know. We all want love.
All right, 8-ball in this corner pocket, John.
We all want to make something happen in this world. And I have a feeling that we're going to.
By the end of 1971, three of America's biggest rock stars, Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, and Jimi Hendrix, would be dead in their 20s, all unable to control.
Now make something. We need to shoot.
Their deaths marked the end of an era when rock music genuinely challenged the establishment with its celebration of alternative lifestyles that embodied the generation's spirit of revolution. In the next part, we tell the story of the acts who followed in the wake of America's rock pioneers.
I saw the 70s as starting down the road of sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Wow, look at that.
After the war, now we're going to party.
All right, Johnny. 8-ball in this corner.
A decade when cocaine replaced LSD.
The emotional feel of the love became much more up in your head because of that particular drug.
When protest was replaced by indifference, and when rock music became
the way I wanted
of Middle America.
You want rock and roll to be dangerous? We were dangerous. I said, when you're in this band,
right up, bang.
3 things are for sure. You're going to see the world, you're going to get paid, you're going to get stitches.
That almost got walked by a big tractor trailer full of pipers.
That earth things. Oh, that was a tough one.
That was just enough.
That was one since you decided you wanted to go for break. Hopefully the next one is rolling.